Cyber Uncensored.
Hey, we're officially live now. Everyone should be able to see us and hear us. Let's check those mics. Everyone say hello.
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 Greetings.
Ooh, that was a wacky one. I like it. All right, I could hear everybody. Hopefully chat can too. Chat, let us know. If anybody's muted or frozen, just let us know and we'll get that fixed right away. Sometimes little glitches happen as we stream, as you know. This is our monthly Shadows of Esteren gameplay. We typically do on the last Monday of every month. But last month we missed on the last Monday, so we shifted it to today. However, we're back on track after this, so after today we're back on the last Monday of the month. But yeah, we're gonna dive in right where we left off in the previous session. I'll do a little mini recap on that before we dive in. But before we do that, let's do like we always do. Let's go around the table. Everyone take a moment to introduce yourself. Let people know, where they can find you online, and introduce your character as well. Phil, you want to start it off this time?
Oh, I will. Hello, my name is Phil, or at Scruff, SKKRUF, on Twitter and here on Twitch as well, where I stream every couple of weeks, each weekend. So weekend coming up, I'll be continuing on with some System Shock. So please follow me and join me for that. Otherwise, in the world of TTRPGs, I am part of Roll to Cast. That's ROLE. We are a variety TTRPG podcast that you can find on every good podcast player, Spotify and all the rest. And we play a different game every season with a different DM and a different custom soundtrack. We've just wrapped up our Starfinder campaign, and we have begun playing Die by Kieran Gillen, which is very, very exciting. Episode 0 is already out. And episode 1, where we play as our personas, ready to be sucked into the game, drops tonight. So please come follow that. You also find me playing with the lovely Rob and others here as Bud in our Cyberpunk Red game. So please join us for that as well. But today, I play the Varigal named Nedware.
And Rocket Fox.
Yes, hello everyone. As always, I am Rocket Fox. I'm having my hand chewed on right now, so that's exciting. By Osiris.
Oh,
too
cute. But yeah, you can find me in all the places. Although for the next couple weeks, you can find me if you are local here at Westport Playhouse, where we are doing a live parody of the 1981 classic Clash of the Titans, which has been going amazingly, and it's such a blast. But then after that, I will be thrilled to be returning back to Thursday nights over on Sirenscape with an amazing cast for Cyberpunk Red, and then also Friday nights over with Trooper SJP for Traveler, Pirates of Drynax. And as far as tonight, or today, tomorrow morning, whatever it is, wherever you are, I am playing Morana, who is your friendly neighborhood rogue.
And Val, I saw she left. Is she back? Hey.
Yep.
Hey, why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Hello, you can find me on Twitter at cyber_Valerie. Here, playing Lutetia, as your Mengiensis, who is learning to develop her own. She still thinks she's in a class because it feels like she's still learning. She barely gets in there, even though she knows she's supposed to be the one investigating, but she still kind of hides back. Just getting there. And yeah, I play Cyberpunk on Wednesdays too of the last month, playing Phoenix. She's a hot mess. Gotta love her.
Tomorrow's our
makeup day.
Yeah, we have a makeup stream for that team too because we missed the last one. So yeah, we'll be doing that tomorrow.
Yay! Yeah, I got up because we heard Amazon.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But I'm back.
Got to get those
So,
deliveries.
take it on to no one else.
Nice. Steve.
Everybody, I'm Steve, or Cowdeath on Twitter, and I'm the community and content manager over at Sirenscape. So we make all the awesome sounds you're going to be hearing tonight, and you also hear them all on Rob's Cyberpunk stream, and in fact, pretty much everything that Rob does, which is very, very cool. Tonight I am playing Egan, who is a hunter, a man of little and few words, but he does like to hit things quite hard. So I'm kind of hoping that goes all right for him tonight, although combat has not really gone in our favour so far in this, but we shall see how it goes.
It's definitely brutal. It can definitely
really
be brutal.
is. And I'm just back from UKGE, so if anybody went to that show, hopefully I would have spoke to you there. Fantastic time. I got to meet up with Nell and all the team that actually made Shadows of Esteren, so it was really cool getting to hang out with them and play some games with them again. So kind of just reminds me how much I really do love this game.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. I'm excited to get to see them again at Gen Con this year. We're playing this and we're diving in because of Steve and the Sirenscape team introducing me to them last year at Gen Con, and we hit it off. Just a great group of people. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And those pictures from the UK con that you did or whatever, that looked great. That looked fun. I always love seeing the Sirenscape booth all set up and stuff. Oh, it froze on me. Chat, let me know. Is it frozen for you? Let me see if I can get these cams.
Looks okay on our end.
Okay, Little Bones.
Hello, that's me. I'm Little Bones 309. I am an indie gamer here on Twitch.tv. You can find me all across the web as Little Bones 309. And I play TTRPGs around the web with all my friends. And over here, I am Bricara, playing your occultist, who is both beguiling and a little bit nervous all of the time.
Nice. Hey, everyone's moving now. Everyone was frozen for a second, but we're good to go. Just to let chat know. Luckily, it wasn't for chat. And yes, I am Rob Mulligan. I'm the game leader here in this game. It's called a game leader, not game master. But I am also the founder of Cybernation Uncensored. Check out everything else we do. I run tons of teams and games and GM tips and tutorials, crash courses, all kinds of stuff over the past few years. You can check it all out on our YouTube channel. I would love a subscribe over there. Check it out. But more importantly, we stream live right here on Twitch almost every day of the week, multiple times at least, from not just me, but other content creators like Rockhead Fox and other GMs like Brandon and Diamond Dust, who is here in chat, runs a couple streams with us on Thursday morning and on Saturday, some Cyberpunk Red. But aside from Cybernation Uncensored, I also run the weekly Cyberpunk Red gameplay for Sirenscape, as we mentioned earlier. Rockette's there, Phil's there, a couple other great players, and yeah, we run it over there on the Sirenscape Twitch, so make sure you check that out every Thursday. That one's at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, aside from that, we have a really active Discord with tons of casting calls and stuff. Would really appreciate everyone joining up there. And we have an active Patreon as well. I do monthly raffles, so you can come do some gameplay, play some Cyberpunk Red with Valerie's team on the last Wednesday of the month. Plus, we give away free Cybernation Uncensored shirts and stuff like that. So check out Cybernation Uncensored on Patreon. I would really appreciate that support. Yeah, this is our monthly gameplay of Shadows of Esteren by Studio Agate, and we're loving it. It's dark, it's low fantasy. Please check out the previous sessions. They're all on the Cybernation Uncensored YouTube channel. Check out the session 0 at least. Dive into the players and the setting a bit more and get a feel for it. It definitely leans more into roleplay than to crunch. It has dark tones, little light horror with these Fion sort of demon-like entities. It's a really interesting game, and we're loving it so far. We're deep into it, where the team basically is sent from Ostabai, the capital of this peninsula, which is broken up into kind of three major kingdoms. They were sent off to this village of Braithen to see what's going on. They haven't had any Varigals come back with any trade. They sent a couple out there, but they never came back. They're wondering what's going on. They sent the Magientis there months prior to help them get through the winter months. Apparently they had some issues with their water being poisoned, and then they got the crops going through the Magientis, doing these heating nebulars and other things, kind of helping the town. And then there was other more apparent flux waste from the Magientis, that the river causing some type of water fiend attacking the village. But the team was sent there to figure out what's going on. They investigated it, at least got that much information out of the town. They got to, they got to meet Elder Endrick, his beautiful daughter Illustrious, who was even hitting on Steve a little bit, Steve's character, Aiden. They met Alden, the local Demorthan, and Magientis. Just met some interesting characters and villagers, the local inn. They got to investigate and kind of question people and figure out that it looked like the Inceptors, the little apprentices to the Magientis. One of them was paid off by some mercenaries, some mercs apparently, that came down from Jespervale, and paid him to basically leave the Flux Waste locker open overnight, where some of the Flux Waste came up missing, ended up down by the river. The village was blaming the Magientis from the attacks, and this whole thing, lots happened. Check out the previous sessions. But the team found out it was him. He was paid by these mercs, kind of narked him out a little bit to the villagers, which ended up stringing him up out front of the village, a little payback for causing some of this to happen. Called a little mental resilience check for the team, having to deal with such horrific views and happenings. But they traveled on. They made their way up to Jespervale to start investigating, try to find these mercs and see what the hell this is all about. They made it all the way up there, got to Jespervale, went to the Noble Opal, talked to them, said, there's mercs typically hang out in the old mines and stuff. It's also some make-out point for some of the youngsters in the village, which Little Bones, the occultist, her character, Bracara, had little visions of in her dreams. Every once in a while she has these dreams and visions and things. But they ended up making it to the mines. Long story short, lots of other things have happened along the way, obviously, but they made it to the mines, kind of creeping their way in, got past the kind of make-out point of this sort of side path mine of the main ones, creeping around to see across the main mine, where this path kind of crosses across the main path to this ramp going up to kind of like a service tunnel, where they can kind of see flickering fire going, or something like a little bonfire. Possibly they could see some shadows moving. They tried to stealthily make their way over there, and I think it was Bracara, Little Bones' character, that mentioned, this is very familiar, like my dream or something, stepped on an old bottle of ale that was there, just making some noise, and then you could hear the shadowy figures like, what, who's there? And you hear some scurrying going around, and that's exactly where we ended our session. Is there any other little key points we should mention for the sake of chat being up to par? Are we good to go?
I feel like that's pretty good.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's good, yeah.
Good, I think that's good too. Let me step over to Sirenscape and set some cave tones. We knew that it was a rainy day. It was some rainy travels. So we're going to kind of keep that mood going as you enter the rainy caves. And you get up to that clearing, and flickering light happens. The shadows kind of move in a startle after Bracara makes some noise. Actually, let me get off these player overlays. Let me ask the players to leave themselves and step into their characters as we're into the character overlay. And the scuffle kind of happens as the voices yell out, who's there? What is it? They realize someone's right there as the noise happens. And why doesn't everyone give me a 1d10 plus your speed? Let's do a little initiative.
I'm gonna go quick then.
Yeah. That's my kind of pretty much default combat stance.
I will join with that.
I will also go quick.
For those just tuning in, we have combat attitudes that alter our stats ever so slightly, and we change them each combat round. Oh! A 10. To add to my 10. For a 20.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice. What did Agan get?
Mulligan got a 3 to add to my 11, so a 14.
What about Bracara?
9.
Total? Or you rolled
Yep.
a 9?
Total. Yeah.
Ooh. What about Morena?
Let's see, rolled a 4, so that goes a 14.
Nice. What about Leticia?
8.
8 total? Speed plus a 1d10?
Yep.
Okay. Nice. Well, yeah, Nedward, you're at the top. You know, Bracara just made some noise. You see the shadowy figures up ahead. Like, who goes there as the lights flickering in the darkness? And you can barely see through the tunnels. And what do you do?
So you say I can barely see. Do I know from the voices and the sounds, like, how many people we're facing?
Yeah, I'll say that at least with what you have so far, you distinctly heard 2 voices. You at least know that much.
So I'll yell out, we have you outnumbered and surrounded. Throw down your arms. While drawing my Francesca, which is a nice little throwing axe.
Yeah, you just hear a response. Yeah, right. You're in the wrong place, mate. And you hear like you almost hear the sound of some metal.
Okay, well if they don't want to surrender, then I'll attack.
Yeah, that was the wrong
with
answer.
Yeah. If they're reachable.
Yeah, right now.
Darkness,
Well, you could do some type of anybody could do some type of possible ranged attack. You can clearly see some shadowy entities. Otherwise, you would probably have to use your turn to close the distance to get up across the main path up that ramp over to their part if that's what you want to do and close the distance.
Well, I'm gonna look towards Egan when we hear that response and sort of give him are you charging in with me?
Egan's already
look.
going for his bow. 'Cause he's
Okay.
obviously just moments behind you, and he kind of just grunts at you and kind of just grabs an arrow straight into the bow.
Right. Well, my range is not great. It's like 3 while I'm in quick, so I don't really want to throw this axe and waste it. So yeah, I'll use my move to get in their face and go for a bit of a intimidation charge, hoping I don't get hurt. That's me.
Nice. Yeah, you start closing the distance and making your way. What? Morena, you're next.
As the distance is being closed, and you said we can see the shadows kind of in the distance. I am going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot a crossbow arrow over there.
Nice. Yeah, give me your ranged.
Toward the bulk of the of what I can.
Yeah, you can clearly see some shadowy outlines kind of moving, you know, with the fire that's going on in that little cave. But yeah, give me shooting and throw. Sorry, I said ranged. I'm so used to Cyberpunk. Yeah, shooting and throw.
I was like, hang on, my guy.
Hey, thanks, Raiders.
Oh, hello, Raiders.
Thanks so much.
So
Grandpa
yeah,
Ghost. Oh, I like that name.
So that is a 9 on shooting and throw.
Nice, let me get a 9. No, yeah, that misses. You do the shot. You see it kind of go into the shadows. You hear it ricocheting up, down the thing. You hear a couple grunts. No, what? Just some moving. Agan.
Yeah, Egan, not messing around. 19 with a longbow.
Oh, that's a hit.
Okay.
Yeah, give. What's the?
So the bow damage is 2.
11. Nice, that's a good amount of damage. Yeah, you.
And then, kind of pretty much as soon as I finish that, I'm going to sling the bow on and grab my my long spear ready to charge in.
Nice. Yeah, you shoot that in. You see one of the shadows kind of like fall back and then kind of getting back up and kind of yells out a little bit. And then you hear that same sort of metal sound, distinct of an unsheathing of a sword, as you see one of the shadowy entities kind of lunging out of the cave. Nedweir, as you're kind of closing that distance, you see him kind of coming out as he sees you standing right there and takes a swipe at you. It looks like he has some type of axe.
Okay, my defense is 10 in this mode.
Oh wait, no, this guy has a sword. Sorry. Defense
They're both
10?
sharp. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Give me 1 second.
Shouldn't have used my turn
Yep.
to charge in, but I was projecting confidence.
Yeah, that's a hit. That's a hit. What was your defense?
10. My armor's 1.
Okay, so 4 points of damage. You have a protection of 1?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 4 points of damage. As the sword just swipes down across your chest as you're kind of making your way up the ramp. Just kind of caught you off guard, a little bit of a surprise of you stepping out, but he was just as surprised to see you were right there as well.
So my condition is still good, but not by much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and the rest of you kind of see that. You're kind of aware Nedweir just took a little bit of damage there. But as he does that, you clearly see the other guy kind of standing behind him. You see Aegon's arrows sticking out from his kind of chest shoulder area, bleeding down as he kind of like snaps it off. And he has some type of axe, and he looks at you as he kind of snaps that off and kind of tends to the wound a little bit as the blood's just running out. Bracara.
It's not a silly question. There are no silly questions. Is there anything I can do in ways of beguiling these assailants to some sort of distraction?
Yeah.
You can say no.
I mean, you could try to distract them somehow. I don't think that you'll be able to, do any type of like social skill aspect to it. But if you can think of any other clever ways to distract, that's a definite possibility. They're just engaged in combat right now, so it would take some type of like, physical aspect or something drastic, probably.
What about,
And anything's
just as
possible, yeah.
As an idea, what about like, because Nedweir had brought up the fact that there's so many of us, like what about trying to beguile them by like letting them know that they're really outnumbered?
Right. Yeah, can I back up away from them and shout out into the open mouth of the cave, they're in here, as a way to lie.
Yeah, you can do that. You do that. You kind of put that on. You want to give me, something that would lean into your creativity, probably performance.
Yeah, I
if
can
you
do
got
that.
something like that, yeah, give me that.
That's a 7 plus 5 plus 1, so math. Plus 2 actually, so 7 plus 2 plus 5, so 14 total.
Nice. Yeah, you say that, you amongst the fighting and grunts and all this kind of happening so quick, you do clearly hear one of them saying, Nedweir, you being so close, you hear the one in the back as he's breaking off the thing and kind of taking a sword and sees you, overhears it and like says to the other friend that just kind of took a swipe at you, but I think there's more of them. You can tell he looks a little bit concerned about that. Leticia, all this is going down so fast. What are you doing?
Do any of us have light, like a thing to make fire or anything, so we can light up the room, like the cave?
I don't know. Did anybody buy torches or anything in supplies?
I have flint and tinder and torch making supplies, but
there you
I'm
go.
kind of currently
You're-
grabbing my short spear and just about to charge. So
Okay, so I go and ask him, and I'm like, do you have any tinder? And I'm running up to grab some tinder from it. Oh my god, your name just totally blanked on my head.
Aegon.
Aegon.
Aegon. I'm like, Aegon. And I just run over there and I grab some of the tinder and stuff and try to spark a fire to throw in the direction of her calling that we're over here. So I'm trying to, and I have a very weak throw, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Give me your throwing.
So do I gotta
Throw.
throw? Well, it's a 1, so I gotta roll which 1d10.
Yeah.
Ooh, a 7.
Nice. Yeah, you throw it. It kind of bounces off of the wall of the cave, ricocheting back, almost hits Bracara. It doesn't necessarily, make it down the cave or land in the way that you want. But you tried. You made a good effort. I think it was clever. It just wasn't a very good throw. It didn't really work out.
It figures.
Yeah, but
She's very dainty.
yeah, but the other guy at that point that took some damage from Aegon now takes a swipe of his sword at Nedweir.
Run!
Uh-oh.
Your defense is
I
10.
forgot
Right?
how brutally... Yeah.
Ooh, wait a minute.
I forgot how brutally bad combat can go really fast.
Yeah.
I charge in. Wait,
Yeah.
no. I'm not playing my solo.
Yeah. That's why I started off with a range, but I will
Yeah,
come
yeah.
You
to
only
work with you now.
you only take 1 point of damage.
Okay. That's
yeah.
my last part of... That's my last pip in good.
Yeah, just a
So I'll be in okay condition soon.
yeah. Rolled a 1, but then didn't get a crit after that on the extra 10 there. But at least like the damage is very little due to that. But
Yeah, so I'm kind of winded at the moment. I'm not taking any negatives. I've sort of been... I've probably not cut. Probably just more kind of bruised.
Nedweir, quit messing around.
and it's your turn.
So I am going to switch to defensive, which lowers my speed by 2.
Mhm.
Do you want me to, do we re-roll initiative with the new thing, or do you just want to take 2
No.
off
Let's
my
just
speed?
keep.
roll?
Yeah. Just keep the same initiative. Doesn't that take off on your attack? Your potential of your attack and it goes to your defense.
Yes.
Yeah. So just
so
just do that. We'll keep the same initiative order though, just to simplify things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
'Cause
cool.
each
So-
stance is a good trade-off of skills, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So now I have
balance.
before I had attack 6, now I have attack 4, but my defense is up to 14.
Exactly. Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
So I'm less likely to hit, but I really don't want to get hurt any further because it can get real serious from here. I'll try to add to the illusion as I'm locked hand to hand, kind of ducking back and forward with this guy. I got them. I've got them pinned. Come on.
Nice.
I've got them trapped. So only a 6, 4, 5, 7 on attack. So I doubt that's a hit.
Yeah. He defends it. You see him kind of block it with his weapon. His sword just kind of thwarting the attack off. But why don't you give me just for fun? Give me your performance. If you have performance, give me your creativity. I'll take if you have another suggestion for that. Performance makes the most sense. You're kind of acting like you have backup.
The only closest one I have is relation. Just more kind of interpersonal.
Yeah,
empathetic.
let's do performance.
Okay, so that's just my 4. My creativity is fairly high at 4, so that could be okay. 8 total.
Yeah, you can see the one that thwarted your attack doesn't seem to be phased by it, but the one that got the arrow earlier that looked like he slightly believed Bracara earlier, he seems a little more concerned. It seems like maybe that one's kind of buying into it a little bit. Yeah, Morena, what are you doing?
So at this point, having closed the distance, we would have seen where Nedweir approached, and we would hear him calling out. So would I be able to get a some sort of a handle on where I could shoot and not hit Ned?
Oh yeah.
Perfect. That was my main question.
Please don't hit me.
Yeah, listen, we've already gone down that road. I set you on fire once, different game, but
Once or twice or 3 times.
Yeah.
Don't stand in front of me when I have a flamethrower.
It's a small fight between friends.
Yeah, so I'm going to switch to offensive, since I don't need to be as quick right now. And I'm just going to shoot off a couple more crossbows. So I'm just going to see what happens. It's going to be great.
Nice. Just got to beat a 10 defense.
So that would be a 13.
Nice. That crossbow whizzes right past Nedweir, landing. Which guy were you going for? The one that already took an arrow from Aegon, or the one that's attacking Nedweir?
I'd like to do the one that's attacking Nedweir. I'd like it to he calls out, I've got one, like, close the distance, and then just immediately just right past his face into the other guy.
Nice. Yeah. Whizzes right past, hits that guy. You hear him kind of grunt out, Nedweir. Yeah, you see this bolt right past you land into the guy in front of you that just defended your attack. Agan.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go offensive. I really want to use my bow, but I have committed now. So, Egan grabs his spear. He's going to go charging towards these guys, screaming at the top of his voice, large, very loud war cry. Leap into the air and bring the spear down with both hands into the guy that was staggering out with the arrow in him.
Okay, nice. Yeah, give me your attack. Close combat.
Yeah, close combat's 18.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. What's your damage?
He's not messing around.
Again, 2. It's actually a short spear, not a long spear, but its damage is 2.
And this is the one that you already hit with the arrow?
Yeah. There are many things that Agan is not good at. Combat, however, is not one of them.
Yeah, you land that into him. I mean, it almost goes all the way through his torso. The other side of the shoulder, the arrow sticking out one side, the other one, it almost goes all the way through as you see like the back of the point kind of poking through. He just screams out, his blood's just running, even collapses down to one knee, almost taking you down with the spear itself. Like he almost collapsed from the amount of damage and pain from that blow. You can tell you almost killed him with that. But yeah, with that, the guy in front kind of takes a step back. And then takes another swipe at you, Nedweir, as he just kind of takes a step back, noticing Agan engaging in his partner. But he takes a swipe at you.
14 to beat this time.
Yep.
I'm in defensive stance.
And that's a miss. Yeah, he swipes at you. You're able to defend it. His attention all on Agan, almost killing his partner. Probably as you see his eyes go wide. A little less motivated during this attack. You can feel Nedweir.
Hey, this guy yelling and like leaping in next to me is a lot more intimidating than just me on my own.
Oh, yeah.
This guy is terrifying.
Well, imagine that's completely out of like the pitch black too. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
somebody is in your face. I also
Thank you for the backup.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit out of initiative, but I feel like somebody should yell, hey, don't completely kill him, we need to ask him some questions!
Yeah.
Don't worry, Bracara is going to let them know that she needs them.
We need them alive!
And Bracara, your turn.
Okay, Bracara is going to shout, I just need one! Just one, please. One who can speak and also look, so don't blind them. And she's going to start moving forward, I guess to help Nedweir out. She's got her knife in hand, but she is going defensive.
Okay. Yeah, so you close the distance, making your way over to the combat, which now is kind of halfway down that ramp, just outside of the little mini cave area. You can see the fire behind it, but now you're kind of right up there with Nedweir and Agan battling these guys. During your next turn, you'll be able to engage if you want to. You're right there. You closed the distance. Leticia, what do you do?
Just trying to stay out of the way and not get hurt.
Yeah, that's fine. You can.
This is all she got. I kind of went towards more where they're in combat. I'm going to be nosy in their camp. So while they're all doing that, I'm just going to make my way over to the camp and start being nosy in their stuff.
Yeah, you can close the distance too and kind of make your way up. And we'll say maybe a little more cautious in approach because you're not trying to engage, but really get past them all battling to kind of get in their cave or whatever. But absolutely, you close that distance. As you do that, you make your way up. You're kind of working your way behind Bracara. And then what's your defense, Leticia?
It's 16.
Yeah, all of a sudden, as you're kind of making your way, and in fact, we have a Sirenscape sound for that. Let me go grab that for fun, because there is.
I don't even have mine on.
Oh, you better have the link. It's there.
I have the link, but it's not playing any sounds.
Oh, here, let me.
You might need to resend it because I've got the same issue.
Okay, let me stop it, because this is important.
I wasn't going to say anything because it's kind of embarrassing when it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, hold on one second. I got this.
I gotta get really up close with the computer right now. Hold on.
Ooh, I'm not seeing the share link. Bear with me.
I think it should be right at the very top of the list now, Rob.
Yeah, it was always at the top right there on the right. Did it move?
It used to be about halfway down. You can also just copy the ULR. Send us that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me do that. Sorry, chat. Bear with us.
This is good though. This is gonna be a chance to move the kitten out of the room.
There
He
you
is
go.
going nuts.
Okay, we should be good. Do you guys have the link?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Waiting for those lovely cave sounds.
Okay. Once you have it open, let me know, and I'll get the sounds going again.
I have it open.
I'm open.
Cool. There's some cave sounds, little watery, rainy caves.
Excellent.
There
There
we
you
go.
go. Nice. Okay. I'm sorry you guys were missing that. Let me know ahead of time. Always in the future. Let me know ahead of time. Because we always like to set that mood. You know, Sirenscape is awesome. We need it, especially when Steve's here. What the fuck? Okay. So yeah, Leticia, as you kind of creep up, you make your way over, and yeah, where is it? Now I'm not seeing it.
Seeing what?
The special sound.
Oh, there it is. A little arrow to the
Leticia.
flesh.
Oh.
To Leticia, yeah. Did you hear that? Did you get to hear it, Val? Is your
No, my
sound?
sound is, it's sounding like it's there, but I'm not hearing it on my end at all. I did it again, like it's glitching on me. Hold on.
Okay, well, no big deal. Either way, the most important part is an arrow shoots into your back. A little bit of a surprise attack
Oh no!
as you hear a voice coming from at the other end of the cave, like, "Hey, what's this?" And that arrow just kind of comes in and lands into your back. What's your protection? What number do you have on protection? I think it's a 2, if I'm not mistaken. You're wearing studded leather.
Yeah, it's very lower to be on. Yeah, my armor is just my tunic. Is that what you're asking? Which is a 1.
Oh, a 1?
Yeah, this is all I'm wearing.
Okay, then yeah, you should take 4 points of damage,
Ow.
and
Yeah, tell me about it.
yeah, and hold on, there's something more to that too. Let me just find it. Sorry, I'm trying to use my physical notes because I'm waiting to get that second monitor set up to fix the whole grayed out video screen, so I'm kicking it old school. So just bear with me.
And I broke my
Oh,
monitor.
here it
so I'm
is.
using it.
Yeah, so yeah, basically that arrow hits you, Leticia. You take the 4 points of damage. Make sure you fill out those spaces on your damage health chart there, your health condition. And as that arrow hits, it lands in the back of your thigh as you were making your way up the ramp, causing you to have a limp until you basically make some type of roll. It depends on who rolls it, if it's going to be Demorthan Mysteries, Magiance, Natural, Environment, or Science, or whatever complication for it to help remove that arrow and wrap it up and heal it so it can start healing, which gives you 1 HP back, which is good if that happens. But again, somebody's going to have to treat that for you, complication 14 with that when there's time. But for now, Leticia, you have a limp as this arrow is sticking out of the back of your thigh.
Which leg?
Your left leg.
Is that your favorite leg?
No, I'm just screaming. Ah!
My favorite leg. But yeah,
Why?
that basically happens and shoots out as the other guy that's down on the ground, Aegon, with the spear. He's turning pasty white. He kind of crumbles down the ground, pulls the spear out, and just kind of collapses to the ground, drops his axe, and he's just kind of like staring off, and like you can tell he doesn't even see that you're there. He's dying. But he collapses down and does that. Nedweir.
So we're being ambushed. Great. Wicked. Wonderful. I'm going to stay in defensive. Means I haven't done any damage yet, but I really don't want to take any more hits. So I'll just keep swinging at this guy. He's just taken a crossbow bolt.
Yeah, go for
I
it.
say, do you want to volunteer to be the one who we let live? Gotta keep projecting that
Nice.
confidence. That's a 13 to hit.
Nice, yeah, that's 3. Yep, that's another point of damage there. After the
Yeah,
protection.
my Francisca does 2 damage. So 2 damage.
Oh, okay. What did you roll again? 13, and then on top of that,
13.
2 damage on top of that.
If that's how it works, I can't remember. But
Oh,
my
yeah,
damage
absolutely.
listing for the Francisca is 2. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, how it works is your attack is 13. The difference of his defense 10 leaves you with 3 points. Then you add your
Yep.
weapons damage to that, so it should be 5
Yeah.
instead of that 3.
5.
But that's reduced by his 2 defense. But either way, that's
Yep.
much different.
Always got-
Yeah, that's
so,
good. Nice big slash into him. Great.
Yeah. So as he kind of stumbles back from the bolt, I use that opening to dig the axe underneath his arm, where the armor might be a bit weak.
Yeah, he stumbles back. He looks at his friend who's dying, and he just kind of stumbles back, makes back eye contact with you as he's still holding his sword. You can see a little bit of confidence lost in his eyes as you say what you said, as the current events have kind of been happening. Morena.
Yeah. So the arrow that just shot out of nowhere. Is there a way to see where that came from, or would?
Oh yeah.
one be able to-
When you hear Leticia cry out and you kind of look back, you can see right past Leticia, who's kind of making her way up around you to enter the cave. You can see past her, maybe about 10 meters down the main cave. You see another sort of mercenary-looking person wearing the same type of leathers and same type of look as these other guys. Holding a bow, and he just looks confused. He just shot that out. It looks like he's arming it with another arrow. But you see him standing there.
All right. So Marina will shout to Leticia, "Get down!" and then shoot a crossbow over in that direction.
Nice. Yeah.
I yell back, I'm already down!
Get down further!
It hurts!
Give me your shooting.
Oh, so that will be a 17.
Nice. And what's the damage?
The damage on that one is 2.
And which? Oh yeah, that's the guy at the entrance.
The one who looks confused.
Yeah, the one that just shot Leticia.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, that bolt lands right into him. Even stumbles back a little bit as he kind of continues to arm the bow. Agan. That guy just kind of pulled the spear out, collapsed in front of you, like kind of staring off, kind of in that sort of death stumble. The other one fighting with Ned, where you clearly see Morena and Leticia dealing with someone else at the entrance as Ned was fighting the other guy. What are you doing?
I want to help Nedweir, but Leticia is far more squishy. So I'm going to kind of turn to the one that Nedweir's fighting and growl to Nedweir, "If he gives you any more trouble, I'll come back and kill him." And then I'm going to charge straight towards the one that's attacking Leticia, yelling the battle cry again.
Yeah, for the sake of streamline, let's close that distance. Give me your attack. I like that. I think Agan also would be all wound up with adrenaline, and probably hearing Leticia cry out like that too would probably leap down that little ramp towards that guy.
So it's just a 14 to hit this time. But if that does hit, then it's 2 damage.
It does, yeah. Nice. Nice, yeah. You run down there, hitting him with the spear, landing it into him. Let me get this damage down. Nice. Yeah, you land that damage into him as he kind of stumbles back, kind of collapsing. And then that guy in front of you, Nedweir, like looks at his friend dying after Agan says that, runs down and does that, and he just kind of like backs up holding his sword. He's like, all right, come on, what is this? What's this about? Everyone, calm down. And Agan, you see the guy that you just landed with the spear, with the arrow kind of like looking back, and he just kind of like holds the arrow back, and he like grabs the wound that you just jabbed with the spear, and he takes some steps back, holding the bow up, almost like a pathetic version of a shield or something. What? He just looks confused as he notices there's about 3 or 4 of you in this tunnel. But yeah, over to you, Bracara, as all this kind of happens after Aegon's blow.
So it's like they seem to kind of be backing off a little bit. Is that like very obvious to Bracara?
Yeah, just as you saw Leticia take that hit, you see Aegon just run right past you, landing into that ambush guy, and then the guy in front of Nedweir kind of backing up, almost kind of giving up to Nedweir. You see all this happening. Yeah.
Okay, then Bracara is going to. I'm going to try and use my bell advantage and sort of try and be as, again, beguiling as she can and say to this man that Nedweir is fighting, I can make this better for you if you and your friends give me a moment of your time to speak.
Yeah, he just kind of like looks at you and it doesn't seem to care. He doesn't seem to care that you're flirting with him. Yeah, just like looks back towards him. He's like, oh, what is this? What is it? And he just keeps backing up as you kind of step in to say that. And he's just holding a sort of, okay. Kind of giving up, but doesn't seem to care that you're flirting. Maybe just in this moment of fear. Who knows? Who knows what's going on?
Can I stab him now?
You can attack him if you want.
I'm not going to do that. But...
No, do it. There's a rebuff. Stab him.
Leticia, you see all this going down. You just took that arrow as Aegon kind of lunged past you and attacked that guy, and it seems like they're all kind of scared and giving up a little bit at this moment, but you're definitely in pain. You have an arrow in your leg, but what are you doing?
What's around me on the floor?
Lots of dirt and rocks and debris. It's a working mine.
So I'm not. I never made it towards the camp. I'm still like halfway next to it.
Yeah, you're up the ramp. You could enter their cave, but now that guy kind of backed up into that little cave. Nedweir's in front of him. But you got shot before you could enter it. This is kind of the turn where you would have entered it, but you kind of got shot.
All right, so I started digging through my bag and just didn't even care what the hell was going on, and started trying to tie up a tourniquet around my leg, and just was like, "I'm take care of it, but don't kill everyone. We need one."
Nice, yeah.
Just I tried to wrap my leg.
Just one.
Completely. Whatever. We just need somebody to talk to. I'm gonna sit here and just kind of lean down and just lean over to my right side because I'm tired of my leg from bleeding.
Yeah, and your university studies up in Raish has taught you how to do some basic first aid and care and some science behind it. So give me your Magiance check. So it's your Magiance domain there. I don't think you have a discipline under there. You might, I don't know. But take your Magiance. Your base score should be there, and add your D10 to that.
I imagine Leticia is just.
Oh, and don't forget you have +2s.
No one else gonna wrap my leg. I'll wrap my own leg.
I wanted to mention too, there was a couple +2s coming at the beginning of the stream, so don't forget you guys have those. You have to beat a 14.
I have a 19.
Oh well, don't even need that then. Yeah, you easily remove the arrow, pull it out. You kind of spend your turn wrapping it up and fixing it now, so at least you don't have a limp. And you get 1 HP back. So on your chart of health and damages, go ahead and erase one of those. You get an HP back.
And I keep that arrow, by the way. You see me put it right in my bag.
Yeah, and it's at that moment, Nedweir, you see the guy kind of backing up, kind of giving up, and you see the one that Aegon really fucked up on the ground that was kind of like space cadetting it and dying, like just kind of collapse. You hear like a last breath come out of him as the guy with the sword kind of backs up. Hold on 1 second. Okay. No, I'm just checking. I have a little mini chart here. I just want to make sure I have. Bear with me. Okay, yeah, just that guy. So that guy definitely dies. He claps last breath as the other one kind of backs up. And then he looks at him, just like, Brayden, Brayden! And he just drops his sword and jumps on him and starts, like, grabbing him and, like, trying to feel him and just starts crying. And he's like, oh, what the fuck? He starts, like, messing with his friend on the ground that clearly died.
Bandits have friends too.
But-
Sucks to be him.
Yeah. Nedweir, your turn, yeah.
Well, I'll switch to offensive. And as this guy kind of kneels down over his friend, I just want to crack him on the back of the head with the shaft of my axe, just to stun him long enough to tie him up, basically.
Yeah, easily done. Yeah, he dropped his sword and everything, not even paying attention to you as he notices, his friend dying, calling out, Brayden, and kind of getting on him, and you easily pop him as he just kind of collapses down unconscious for a few moments. You're able to kind of tie him up.
I got you one, Rakara.
Very good.
As I quickly wrap a rope around his hands and cinch it off, and then I'll turn around to see what's going on with Agan and his combatant. That'll definitely be my whole turn.
Yeah, and we're over to Morena. If there's anything specific that Morena wants to do, otherwise we can kind of get out of initiative. Combat's kind of ending. The other guy's kind of giving up too and like looking, okay, what's going on here? The guy with the bow in front of Agan. So we can kind of be out of initiative now, but technically we're on Morena. Was there anything that you needed to do?
At this point, I think she'd go over and start collecting her crossbows.
Okay. Yeah, you can collect your bolts and kind of gather up your things. You can even grab that arrow for Agan while you're at it if you want. And Agan, that guy's in front of you, just holding his bow up. Just like, whoa,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
So I guess as my kind of like final action, as it were, I'm just going to whack him on the knuckles with my spear
Oh.
and say to him, drop it or I'll feed you to her, and just point my head towards Bakoa.
Nice. Yeah, you whack it. He just drops his bow and he's like, oh, all right. No trouble here. No trouble here. No trouble. He starts like backing up, putting his hands up. You can see he's kind of trying to look past you too, Agan, like trying to figure out if his partners are okay,
They're not.
They're not.
They're not, no. One of them is dead. The other one has a severe concussion.
Can Brakara call out to Agan and ask, do you mind tying him up as well? This might be easier if they can't resist.
I'll grunt and pull out some rope and start binding the guy's hands.
Yeah, you do that easily. He looks a bit scared and confused, still trying to look past you and figure, okay, I'm sure we can work things out. Like, what is this? Who sent you? What's this about? And you easily tie him up, yeah.
Yeah, and then drag him across to where Bakoa and the rest of the group are.
Easily, yeah.
And drop him at her feet.
Why don't we drag them over to their camp? So
Yeah,
then we
that would be
look
good.
At we can look at their stuff
I
while
would be
they're
willing to do that,
while
yes.
interrogating them. So we'll
Yeah.
drag them over to their campfire and kind of shove them roughly against the cave wall or something, so they're tied and slumped while we sift through their stuff.
I just really like that everybody's giving me offerings of men. And I do, in fact, say that in character.
Nice. Yeah, you do that. You drag the bodies over. You got them slumped up. Both of them are like looking at their other fallen partner and talking to them. Oh my God, Brady's dead. They killed him. What is this about? And like you hear them like talking to each other in a bit of a panic. You can tell their mood has drastically changed from when you first encountered them. You guys definitely got the upper hand on them. But you drag them in. You get in the cave. There's a little fire going. You can see some satchels. You can even see like an open crate of some type. You can see some bedding laid out. Like they've been camped out here. It looks like probably for a while. Definitely not just overnight. Like they've probably been out here for weeks or something. They might camp out at here. You can't really tell. But this is where we'll take our 5-minute bio break. Let's take our little 5-minute bio break. Chat, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in literally 5 minutes, and we'll dive in right where we left off. I'm going to leave the mics hot. Don't forget. And if chat has any ideas or wants to contribute, go for it. We'll be right back.
All right.
Oh, I can take that hood off.
Well, now we're in the cave. You can't take your hood off. I like how your kitty keeps putting his butt in the camera.
Oh yeah, this is Lily. She loves the camera. On the Twitch stream, she has her very own emotes. Every time she
Aw.
comes up, everyone sends them to her.
How are you holding up on the heat, Steve?
Now I've got the hood off, it's okay, but I was starting to get really, really hot doing that fight.
Yeah.
It's actually it's cooled off. I mean, it's like what's it, 2 o'clock in the morning here, so it's cooled off outside, but the houses have just kept all the heat inside. It's like an oven.
There was a group of guards outside of Buckingham Palace, I guess, that were musicians that were practicing, and did you see videos of them just falling out?
Yeah.
I felt really bad.
And several of them as well, they got up, grabbed their instruments and tried to get back into rank, and they had to get the commanders telling them to walk off. I mean, talk about dedication. But yeah, we've got it's a big military tattoo next week, which is a big ceremony.
Yeah.
And we're about to still have this weather during that tattoo, so that's going to be a nightmare for them.
My grandfather used to play the pipes in one of the big ones every year.
Oh, the one up in Edinburgh?
No. Maybe it was. Maybe it must have been. It must have been.
Yeah, they do a very big tattoo. I mean, they do use the pipes elsewhere as well, because the Scottish Regiment are huge. But yeah, up in Edinburgh Castle, they have a very big kind of changing of the colours and a big ceremony.
I'll send you this video. I think you'll appreciate. This is a video of my grandfather was interviewed by the BBC.
Oh wow!
Because he lives in Northampton now. But it's a video of him talking about how long he's been piping for. This is from like last year. He's 91 this year, 92 this year.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely send me the video. I'd love to see that.
I just sent it to you. He's so cute. He's just the cutest little man. But it's a nice little interview, and it was lovely. But the video makes him out to be this like really cute old guy, but he's a prankster. He doesn't mention that part.
Well, when you get to that age, you've got to get your kicks and your fun where you can, don't you?
Yes. He's funny. Last time I was there visiting, I brought like a lot of money with me for spending money because it's kind of expensive, right? I came back with more money than I left with. But I'm one of his youngest grandchildren, so...
I want to learn how to spend the way you do.
You go hang out with Jackie Bogan, and he'll spoil you.
Hey, I'm ready.
I know, he's the best. He's so funny. But he's like the nicest man. I also really just do love the fact that that just happened to be Bricara getting offerings. That was really fucking funny.
I like how we just went straight into combat. Didn't even try to be like, "Hey, we're lost." Or
Well, my idea was I was going to be like, "Don't worry, I'll go ahead and seduce them."
Yeah.
but they started.
It's fine.
Well, I mean, Ned
we
wins.
get-
Oh, yeah, muted. Ned.
That's a really good way to get stabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like wandering into 3 bandits and be like, hey
Ooh.
guys, I have
Hey
no
guys, how's it
suspicion
going?
at all."
Listen, it sounds like a good time to be getting stabbed with something.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey, oh.
If it makes you feel any better, though, if my initiative had come up first, I was just going to fire arrows at them anyway, so there was still going to be no conversation.
No, I was once Rob said, "Okay, roll for a net," I was like, "Nope, this blade is
Nope.
out the window. I'm not rolling good in it."
And we've saved you 2 that you can stab now, Bakara, as well, so you're fine.
That's what she's gonna do.
It's so good having a dedicated interrogator though. Very
Yeah,
handy.
that's legit.
And I'm interrogating them against their will. They hopefully everyone will end up with this hypnosis.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fun. Hey, there's always torture, right?
Bricara is not above this.
So do I need to play good cop or bad cop in this scenario? Just checking.
I thought everyone was bad cops.
Yeah.
I think it's Letitia and Bakari are the only 2 nice ones.
Yeah. Nice.
Kara's nice. She's nice-ish.
Bricara is nice to Leticia. That's about it.
That's about it. Letitia's nice to everyone, but she always apparently gets shot in the ass or the thigh.
Shot through the ass.
Definitely gonna have to take all their weapons.
Oh yeah. I want their stuff. I want their things. Their trinkets.
Baubles.
Their baubles.
Yeah, we gotta find out why they're living in the cave.
All right, you guys, everyone ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back. Let's do it. Hey, everyone can see us now. They can hear us the whole time. We're back, chat. We're going to take it right where we left off. The team basically tracked down these mercs. There was a couple of them posted up in this cave. Overpowered one, started dealing with another, then a third appeared from behind, but with Agan tearing it up and Nedweir, they were able to intimidate them and kind of take out one of them and subdue the other 2, knocking them out, tying them up. They're in their little side cave off of this mine, and yeah, they're tied up, dead body there. They got some supplies. The rest of you are gathered up. No particular initiative order. What's the plan? What's everyone doing?
I'll start by patting them down for weapons, boot knives, belt knives, anything they might have concealed. Just check they can't just be like, down. I know they're tied up, but
Yeah.
I don't trust Rob, so
Just
played
on
with
the
it.
I like that you
On-
said
on the
you
tying
didn't say
up.
you don't trust the mercs. You don't trust Rob. That's fucked up.
yeah.
Also, I'm sorry. How did that go again? What might they do?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, so I'll start by piling their weapons, like whatever weapons they had. I'll pile them all away from them so they can't reach them, and then take any kind of boot knives or concealed weapons they might have and kind of pile them over as well. Just sort of make sure that the situation is safe for whatever else it is that we want to do.
Agan's doing a pretty thorough job of the tying up as well. The 2 guys are literally hog-tied. And just-
And Agan being a hunter and dealing with that, I imagine they're tied to the point there's no getting out of that.
yeah.
I think Moraine is going to be looking throughout the camp for weapons, money, anything of value.
What about
Yeah, I'm looking for
Leticia?
paperwork. Yeah, looking for any cave papers, any kind of summons, things that look why are they there? Why are they staying there for so long? And asking them questions like, why are you guys here? What are you doing?
What about Bracara during all this?
Oh, here I go. Are they sitting on their little bottoms, or are they like literally hogtied, like on their stomachs?
How would Agan and Nedweir tie them up? How would they be?
Well, so they're properly hogtied, so hands and feet kind of tethered together behind them. So they're both laying on their sides, almost in a kind of reverse fetal. So you kind of hands behind you.
Nice.
Cool.
Bricara's gonna get weird. She's gonna lay down to the one next to the one who shot Leticia, because I think she's gonna have a better shot with maybe getting weird with him. And she's gonna lay on her side as if, you know, like two lovers would. And she is going to very quietly ask him, would you, I know you're sort of not in the position to tell me no, but would you do me a favor and just look directly into my third eye?
And yeah, as everyone kind of sets forth on their plans, Nedweir, you search them down. You find, you do find a couple daggers, a couple throwing daggers on one of these guys. The guy that had the arrows. The other guy had his sword, but he already dropped that on the ground. It doesn't look like he really had any other weapons on him. But Morena, kind of going through the campsite, you do find a spear leaned up along the side. You find a shield in the back and another sword. And then it looks like there's a throwing hatchet. It looks like there's like two little mini throwing hatchets. And the condition, they look battle worn. You know, the shield, the weapons, they all look like they've seen some battle, but they're not broken by any means, you know?
Yeah.
And Leticia
It's
going...
service.
Yeah, absolutely. And Leticia, you don't find any paperwork or anything like, you know, saying why they're here, anything like that. Nothing, no official things or anything like that. But with Morena, you do find some dowels kind of going through stuff. Why don't Leticia, you give me a 1d100, and Morena, give me a 1d100.
So roll a 1d10.
Yeah, if you want, do a 1d10, and we can just multiply it by 10. Like, we can just simplify that since we don't have fantasy grounds for shadows.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I
you,
rolled a 10.
nice. Yeah, you find 100. What is it? Ember. Let me just make sure we're calling it right here.
Now.
Yeah, azure or ember dowels. Yeah, ember dowels. You find 100 of them. And Leticia, you find 20 azure dowels, the blue ones. Knowing that the blue, you know, I think it takes like 100 embers into an azul and 10 of those into a frost. But you find 10 of those, you find 100 of the embers, and just like kind of like a little satchel of a bunch of those. And then why don't you give me, both Leticia and Morena, each give me a perception.
It's not good.
I have a 9.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you get, Morena?
A 3.
Nice, yeah. Well, that's what you find. You find the satchel of these dowels. Not much else. Those weapons that were kind of lined up, the bedding, you know, things that I mentioned before. But it's clear to tell, you know, you can clearly tell that these are some mercs, obviously living higher by higher. They're not wealthy by any means, you know, just very minimalistic things here. Even around the fire, you can see some hairs and stuff strung up that they were cooking. It looks like maybe the other guy was out hunting or something. You know, barely getting by. These are definitely some mercs. But back over to Bracara. So everyone searches things, finds what they find, they do what they do. You lay down in front of that one guy, kind of telling him to look in, and he you know, he looks out of panic. He's kind of ignoring you, looking back at everyone, kind of rummaging through his things. So why don't you give me an occultism check?
I got an 18. I got a 10 on my
Oh,
on my die. Should I roll again?
Oh yeah, roll another.
It was 6 plus 8 that time, so not another 10.
Okay, not another 10. Yeah.
No.
But either way, 18 on the first roll. Is that what it was total?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nice. Yeah. He's looking around. He's noticing, everyone kind of rummaging through his things and kind of ignoring you. He's a bit of panic. Looks back at his other partner. Looks back at the dead body. He's just not focusing. But you kind of grab his face for a moment and get him to focus for a little bit, and he's just kind of like staring at you and looking at the eye, and you can tell you have his attention now. He's kind of a bit entranced by you.
She's going to begin her questioning, and she'll ask him first, what is your name?
He kind of looks a little bit hazy in the eyes, and kind of his breathing slows, and he's, I'm Brock. Well, what are you doing here? What is this? You can tell he's trying to fight it.
I'm helping you, Brock. Let me help you. Where have you... Oh.
Yeah, go on.
Where have you been the last week?
Last week here.
Have you taken anything from anybody, like some flux?
No. I haven't taken any flux.
Have you taken any flux waste?
Yes, I have taken flux waste. What is this? What is going on?
It's
And
okay, I'm helping you.
His
It's
friend,
okay.
his friend starts speaking up. What are you doing? What kind of witchcraft bullshit is this? And he starts nudging his friend.
I'll punch him.
And I said, you punch him, and he just kind of like, oh, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Quiet.
And he looks a little bit scared. Kind of looks at you, looks at Agan, kind of looks back at Brock, back at Rakera. We took flux waste. What?
Did you dump it into water?
Yes, we put it near a river.
Did you buy it, or did you sell it? Did you give money to Dagon, a man named Dagon?
Yes, we paid for access to this flux waste.
Why did you dump it into the river?
Paid to do so.
By who?
I don't know. By Brianna.
Who is Brianna?
That's who paid us. So.
Did she tell you why to do so?
The friend speaks up. Shut up, man! You're gonna get us in trouble. What is this? Stop it! He tries to nudge the friend again. You can tell things are getting serious.
He's getting stabbed because I told him to shut up.
Nice. Yeah, you stab him. He just kind of grunts out, screaming and kind of cringing at it, but obviously can't defend himself or do anything. He's hog-tied.
The next one is the last.
Just remind me, Rob, what was the headman's daughter called?
Elder Endrick's daughter in Britain.
Yeah.
Illustrious.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry,
haven't
suddenly had
met
a worry
Yeah.
came over me.
Oh.
Have we met anyone by the name that he's said?
Brianna, no.
No.
we
Okay.
haven't.
Cool. I'll let you carry on. But I'm just trying to keep this guy quiet for you, so you have a uninterrupted.
Session.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where is Brianna?
I don't know. Probably with the Lictoral family. No.
Is that her family?
No.
Oh, silly me, of course. And where might we find them? A location.
Probably in their palace they're building. I don't know.
What city?
It's in Jespervale. What do you mean Jesper?
Of course. Okay, great.
Okay, they're building a palace outside the town now.
Yeah, and you all know that,
I remember now.
Yeah, Jesperville and the village of Jesper, pretty much run by Reginald and Bedelia MacLitoral. Reginald being the brother to Princess Cortessa MacLitoral, who rules Tulg, which is kind of the dukedom above there. But apparently that's her brother Reginald and his wife Bedelia MacLitoral run Jesper in that palace. Yeah.
Kara asked them what they were to do next.
What was your next? What were you to do next?
I don't know. We were going to eat some dinner tonight. Get some sleep.
What did Brianna want you to do next?
The letter only said to go to Braithen and pay the Inceptor for Flux Waste and find a way to access it, to dump by the river and then return, and that was it. That's all we did. And burn the evidence of the letter. We did. We burned it. There's no.
Where's the letter?
No seal.
You burned it?
Yes.
Damn it. Anybody have anything else? Quickly.
Yeah.
Sorry, you go.
Ask him if they were expecting to hear from her again, or if they were just waiting here for something. Why were they still here?
When were you supposed to hear from Brianna again?
I don't know. If she was sent to hire us again, maybe? I don't know.
Why are you in this cave?
This is where we stay.
Why was she staying with the nobles? What is she?
What?
He's going to shoot a glance across to you, Letitia. Would the noble family hire one like you?
And no, she's a Varigal. She's the Littoral family Varigal. And now Nedweir, all of a sudden, you get like a memory, like it kind of clicks, like you do, familiar with the network of Varigals and travel and trade and stuff, and you do kind of know of a Brianna that is the Lictoral, the Reginald Belinda Lictoral Varigal kind of messenger and personal to the royal family here, to the prince. And you know that because those Varigals are usually well known. They usually don't have to deal with a lot more travel and transport and stuff. They usually kind of commit to one family, a noble family or such. But yeah, it just kind of clicked, like you have heard of that Varigal.
How did this Varigal get in touch with them?
We shall ask.
She came to our camp with an official letter, hired us, paid us.
That would make sense. She would know. If she's in their employ, she would know all the bandit camps in this area, keep tags on all of them.
Was it an official letter from the royals?
It had the seal. He was referring to the Lictoral family seal, like a wax seal, like, it seemed to be official from the family, from their Varigal.
Wish they hadn't have destroyed, and this is not directed to the guy, but just everybody else. Wish they hadn't have destroyed it. That would be quite the valuable letter.
Yes. Now we have to deal with nobles and why they're sabotaging nearby villages.
They probably want their land, their building, controlled.
Rakara feels like she's gotten everything she can out of Brock. And to wake him up, instead of hissing in his ear like she did with Dagon, she's just gonna bonk him on the head with her fist, with a closed fist.
Nice. Yeah, you do that. He comes through with. What? Look, where was I? What? And then you see his friend looking up. You told him everything. You fucking idiot! You told him everything. They start kind of arguing amongst themselves, and the one just looks really confused, obviously against his will. What the things that he said.
Morena would walk up from where was building a little pile of goodies from the camp, and then kind of ask to the group, Are we done with them?
I
Kill
think
them.
so.
And then, yeah, as soon as they say yes, whatever, she's gonna, the one who was being the biggest pain in the butt, actually no, the one that Rickera was talking to, she'll just shoot him with a crossbow, pretty much from right over him.
Yeah, I mean, if it's your intent, you can easily kill them if that's your intent. They're
Yes.
hogtied, they're defenseless right now.
Yeah, the first one, she just shoots him directly, like, in the head, and then she turns and does that to the second one.
Nice, yeah. 2 hits. Would anyone? I mean, obviously, Morena being a rogue, I could see her doing some assassin type activities like this, without even flinching. Lutetia, I feel like
for the course.
Yeah, I feel Lutetia might have to give me a mental resistance check. Would Bracara, Aegon, or Nedweir, obviously when you see a hanging body, we've had other mental resilience checks, like with the buried stone to death face, some gory scenes. This is a little different. It's your teammate taking out someone that you kind of consider, and I don't know if you consider these enemies or mercs or, victims of circumstance. I don't know how you would look at it. You know your characters better than me. Should you do a mental resilience check? I think Lutetia would. What about the rest?
I definitely have to.
I think Bracara wants them dead after they hurt Lutetia. I think she wants. I think she's like fine with this. Like she's like, yes, good, kill them.
For me, I don't know. Like, I know that they probably didn't have like a straight line in their head between what they did and what happened to the village, but they caused people to be like abducted and choked to death and killed by a Fiend, which is like
So true.
a terrible way to go.
No, I
So
hear
I
that.
think justice is.
We saw what the
I think
Fiend
justice
did too. It
is.
was gruesome.
Yeah, I think justice has been served.
No,
Yeah.
but I've heard,
Brutal world.
but I've heard suffocating and drowning is like the best way to go. I'm kidding. It's
Oh,
horrible. Oh my god.
It's
horrible.
Did the Fiend tell you this? Come on now.
Yeah.
Is Rob the Fiend?
Yes.
No, and Aegon has spent enough time defending the borders. He does not like Fiondas, and as I say, people have died because of the actions of these men. Whether they willingly or not did it, they are responsible. That's the justice that they face. If they didn't get that, they would have been hung by a noose or stoned. So this is a quick and merciful death.
I can't imagine we were gonna let them go anyway. Like, just all right, we'll see you later.
I think the only other thing was hand them over to the town and be like, "Hey, we caught some bandits." Like, yeah.
Really, we did a favor for them because it would have been way
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
It
So
was a mercy killing. more than anything.
a bit so, yeah. I mean, you've seen what these villages have done to people that they hold responsible for shit like this. Like there's never a quick death. Lutetia.
Y'all
what-
were like, Morena's not a nice person.
Yeah. What did you, Lutetia? What about your mental resilience? What did you get?
Oh, what do I have to roll?
It's a
What?
D10. Yeah, D10, and then you add it to your mental resistance stat, which should be on your second page, I think, towards the top, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have your character sheet here, so I don't.
Oh yeah, I have it. Okay, so against the
It
six.
should say
Okay.
mental resistance on there. Resilience.
Be nice if I roll my dice and move there. So 6 plus 2, 6, 7, 8. 8?
8 total.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're definitely set back by that a little bit. You're not to the point where you're getting conditions and things like that, but it does make you a little uneasy that happening right in front of you like that, little execution style. You've never really seen something like that go down.
Right.
Like that, to someone hog-tied up and stuff. So maybe it causes you to have your little cork sort of thing. I forget exactly what it's called. But I know with you, I think it's you kind of focus on the work. You tend to
I
talk.
become obsessive.
Yeah, you become a little bit obsessive with the work and the things, and it definitely shook you up a little bit. And the rest of you can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, just come drainedly focused. I stopped really talking about anything else. Just what are we doing now? What are we doing now? There's. I got all the notes. Okay, we have to go here now. Let's go. And just.
Morena would look at Lutetia, and while she pulls the bolt back out of the head, she's gonna keep these. While she pulls it back, she would say, "Lutetia, what's wrong with you?"
No. Yeah. All right. Let's go. We're ready. We can go now. We can start the walk back. Let's get going.
She's seeming a little strange to anyone else.
Seeing this, I would imagine Bracara would be sort of familiar with, these mental health conditions. Can she go up and start soothing her in some sort of way, sort of try and pull that condition off of her?
Yeah. She's not in full needing of therapy mode with full-on conditions and stuff.
She's already walking.
But yeah,
you gotta kind of walk.
I think you could try to at least calm her down a little bit from the current mood,
That's what.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do some type of roll for it. I think it's a good idea, but let's just see. Let's let the success lie on the dice here. Let's go with relation.
Relation. Okay, it was a 6 + 2 + 2, and I have the +1 bonus to that.
Nice.
So
we have all the +2s too.
11.
11. Yes. So 11.
Nice. Yeah. It calms you down, Leticia. The amount of stress you were under for that wasn't major. It was a little, but yeah, she was able to at least calm you down and get you a little bit more focused. Maybe not trying to talk you down from what you saw as much as just getting you to focus on the next thing to kind of forget about that shit,
Sounds good.
I imagine that Brickera would go up and sort of take her hand in her own and sort of walk together. And it just almost motherly in a way. Or big sisterly, rather.
Yeah. Yeah, and you two traveled together too on the way to Ostabai. You've had some time together, We all learned that in session 0, so I could totally see that working. What was that, Leticia?
I just kind of almost changed the subject about what just happened, and then just focus and go, oh, well, did you have any more thoughts of your dreams lately? Is this kind of going in the same direction? Are we going in the right path? What are we doing? And just still kind of focused on what's going on, but I'm just kind of just not paying attention to anybody else.
Yeah, and Brickera would go along with that and sort of just make idle conversation with her about the dreams.
I'll catch up, but I wanna take a good look over the campsite myself as well. I just have a sneaky feeling.
Yeah, do it. Give me.
There's maybe something they've concealed in this dark cave.
Yeah, give me a perception.
Are we still in the
Can
dark?
I take a +2, please?
Yes, take them. We haven't used them.
Yes.
Okay. So
Also,
it gives
did
me
we ever
total of
light
6.
something, or are we
Well,
still just in the pitch black?
There's a camp. They have their own campfire that's still
that's
lit,
right.
right? So
Yeah.
there is light here.
There is, yeah.
Not a great roll. So 6, only 8 total. So yeah, I probably wouldn't find it. They haven't.
Yeah, you're not. We'll say you at least find some supplies that they had tucked behind, some rocks and things, that are for more travel supplies. You find some torches, which you could use those a little early. Flint and steel and just some basic travel supplies. Maybe some canteens. Some skins, maybe a fur blanket, just some things kind of balled up that you can tell were kind of stashed off to the side for a quick travel bundle or something. You find that.
Oh yeah. We'll go back.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all we'll find here, and then I'll kick their fire out. I guess we're just gonna leave them here.
I'm not
carrying
burying
them
them.
around.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, and then I'll jog out to catch up.
Yeah, you all make it out of the cave and into the woods and the clearing outside of this cave. And in fact, let's bring up Jesper Vale a little bit here, since we have the beautiful artwork from PWB. And you can at least kind of see where the Morel mines are. There's a few of the entrances there, and across the riverside to the village of Jesper, and down south about a day's travel over to the village of Brayton. But yeah, absolutely. You make your way out of the cave, where the weather hasn't gotten better. If anything, it's gotten a little worse. As the mood kind of takes a storm as it rolls in.
It's always raining in Jesper Vale.
Oh, it's soggy.
Well, we have warm rooms waiting for us back in Jasper Vale, so perhaps we should make good pace. And we can discuss this over a leg of lamb and decide what to do next.
Aye, it's been dark business. A good ale and food is needed. He'll pull the furs up, which Agate he's glad that he's wearing furs as opposed to me.
Yeah, Bricaire will sort of be really eager to get settled for the night. She's hoping for more dreams.
Nice. Yeah, you can do that. We can streamline back over to the village of Jesper if that's what everyone's doing.
She also wants a drink. I feel like she needs a drink after this.
Agreed.
Yeah, we need a team meeting and a nice ale, I think.
Oh yes.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you make your way back to Jesper Vale, and it's not as active now that the weather has severely picked up. A lot of people are staying in, with the exception of some of the people doing some work in the stables and things like that. But you make your way over to the Noble Inn. Let me make sure we got the right name. Noble Inn.
The Opal.
Or Noble Opal. That's what it was. Yeah.
Noble Opal.
The Noble Opal. Yeah, you make your way into there. And yeah, there's some people in here. There's people eating, having some drink, kind of protecting themselves from the bad weather. There's a fire in here. You can see the couple kind of working behind the bar and serving people and hanging out, as they were before when you're in here. But yeah, you're back at the Noble Opal.
I think once we settle at either a table or some sort of bench. I can't talk today. I think that it would be probably very visibly obvious, or the rest of the group, that Bricaire has finally sort of relaxed in front of all of you. She knows that that those who can protect will protect, and those who can't will assist.
Mm-hmm.
And she's very she wants to. It's very pointed that she is finally sort of taking a breath around you all.
Yeah, and as you sit,
Ned Weir is stretching in the fire because he actually got quite bruised. He took a few kind of flat blows from those swords, trying to defend himself. So he's obviously working some things out. He examines himself, finds a big yellow purpling bruise on his shoulder where he's got hit by a pommel of a sword. How's everyone feeling after that?
Oh, pretty good. And I think Marina would go. And... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I think Marina would have gone and grabbed just an armful of ales and kind of passing them around. Oh, good. I don't know if I've ever felt better.
I got my leg up on the bar, on this thing with trying to re-clean my leg and looking at the arrow going, this was in here. Just...
Looks like it didn't go too deep, though.
It hurt. It hurt enough. I have enough scarring on my back.
Aye.
Now I have one on my leg. That's going to be fun.
Is that your first arrow wound?
First arrow wound, yes. I have gotten hurt before with fire.
But
The scars
arrow.
make you lass.
Well, I already have enough scarring. That's what I said. Now I have enough. Now I have one on my leg. But my whole back is completely covered in scars.
But now you have an arrow scar to add to it. That,
I
I
guess
say,
one's a-
deserves a cheers. Everyone, cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
First arrow wound.
Letitia, cheers.
Cheers. Bricaire likes this. This is friendship.
Sabina, one of the owners, you remember Sabina and Benny that run the Noble Opal, kind of walks up and, cheersing, first wound. That's interesting to celebrate. Well done.
First arrow wound.
Oh, first arrow wound. Okay. Anything to eat? Can I get you anything? We still have lamb stew.
Yes.
Aye, stew and bread.
Yes.
Coming right away.
And I pulled out the Zaz that we found and I put it on the table. I guess it's on them.
Or the dowels.
The dowels, yeah.
Well, technically we're drinking on the noble's purse.
Yes.
But obviously I think we should keep that quiet.
I should have
They-
ordered something
it.
more expensive.
They paid this riffraff quite well to do what they did.
It wasn't even a difficult task, it doesn't look like.
No, but a lot of people are hesitant to deal with Magientist flux and its after effects, so maybe it was danger money to a degree.
Yeah, perhaps.
Coin enough to sway them and to sway the fool.
Aye, yes, they would have had to pay the bribe as well. But I can't fathom why.
Land, money. What else would they
Yes,
want?
they-
They're greedy.
They want their property. They want to control everything. And one way to control it is having Fionns come out and scare everyone and kill everyone.
Yeah, maybe the village is on something special. Maybe there's something underneath there that they want access to.
Well, how do we go about finding out?
Well, someone
Courts
has to
and
know.
noble houses and palaces are not really my field of expertise.
No, you know how it always is. The peasants know everything first, and then the nobles find out, and then they send mercenaries to go put the flux in the river and all this. Someone else knows.
Someone knows something, I'll agree to that much.
Sabina drops off some stew. Everyone's got food now. You've got
Thank
your
you.
drinks.
Sabina, you have a second to talk.
A bit busy, but sure. What's up?
I've just been curious about these nobles building a palace on the outskirts of your town. When did that all start?
Well, as long as I can remember, the electoral family's been running Jesper for a while. Well, all of Jespervale for a while. But I guess Cortessa sent her brother Reginald and them to kind of handle it over the past years. They've been working on that palace for a couple of years now.
Oh, it's a grand edifice. Don't they have a rather famous Vargal that works for them as well? Brianna, right?
Oh, I don't know if she's that famous, but yeah, that's the family.
Well,
Vargal.
you know,
You know how Varigals are, they all know each other.
reputation
Oh,
travels
okay.
amongst us.
I'm
you
sorry,
know.
I didn't even pick
This-
up on that. You're a Varigal too. Okay, I can understand.
I am. Do they come into town much?
At least weekly, they have their town meeting. I know he meets with the local priest, the Magientist, the local workers. You know, just keeping the village going as nobles do. I guess managing.
Aye. And the Vargal is with them when they come about.
Sometimes, yeah. I think she works for the family, so she's always running errands for them and tending to them.
What sort of fellow are they? This Vargal, I mean. And the nobles too, I guess. Are they cruel and overbearing, or do they leave you to your
No,
your devices mostly?
yeah, they're not cruel at all. I mean, they kind of do their own thing. I know. Well, I mean, you didn't hear it from me, but Reginald has his jealousy thing with his sister and all that. You know, she gets all of Tolg, and he just gets Jespervale. You know, but
Aye.
But yeah, they have their little issues. Their little. I guess again, you didn't hear it from me, but they.
Oh no.
Yeah, Reginald and Belinda, they have their little jealousy things. Every once in a while, we could hear them arguing coming from the palace outside the village, and yeah, we all hear it.
Oh, they argue that vigorously, do they?
Yeah, sometimes. I don't think their marriage is that great, to be honest with you.
Maybe jealousy in a few more ways than one.
Oh. Sorry to keep you from your work, though. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Anything else, just call us. She goes back over attending to
course.
customers.
Well, they do make visits to the town fairly regularly, attend meetings. We could do a sort of watch and wait, or we could be a bit more active in trying to uncover what their motives were.
Well,
Or we could just leave the whole thing as a bad job and go back to Ostaboy.
And we'll end the stream here, and that's it. That's how you.
all right, well,
That's how you do it.
Well, it was great playing with you guys.
That's how you do it.
well, you know what they say, there are ears everywhere, guaranteed, out of the people who work within the walls of that castle. Everyone is listening. I bet we could perhaps do a little bit of both. Maybe approach the way we can when they get into town. Maybe seek out a few of the underlings.
And what of the what of him? Pointing at Letitia.
Magientus.
Aye, him. He'll know. He'll speak to the nobles. He'll know what's going off. Maybe if Letitia tells him of things that have happened in Braithen, listen to him, to what he says, see how he reacts.
See
I'm
if he
sure
cares.
if he's a good man, he'll be distraught that the flux escaped.
And if he's not, he won't care.
We'll have our answer then what sort of business this Magientus is up to either way.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that in the morning, have a conversation with him.
Quite a few threads to pull on, aren't there?
Indeed.
Yeah, 'cause he definitely would know everything that's going on.
Well, it's just a matter of getting him to share that lovely bit of information with us.
Well, we'll just have to go in there and ask him to help us with something to make
Well, and luckily,
chat him up.
and then Maria will look at Brigera. We have someone who's good at convincing.
Quite.
Always scary how you
sacrifices.
do that.
Is it scary? It's not scary. It's quite simple, in fact.
Where you
But-
open up a man's mind like that?
Yes, well, clearly you've never been a woman.
Clearly, that is not a trick of being an occultist, Ned.
I see.
That is simply my charms.
I see. Well, keep them turned away from me. Not that I have any secrets that I would hide from any of you, of course.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I should be offended by that, Ned.
I'll try to find some then.
Oh, come now. Everyone has secrets.
I gotta let our bodyguard out.
She's not
Oh,
wrong. All people have a secret, or two, or three.
Yes, apparently
That's true.
Letitia's been hanging with a canine companion this entire time and never even mentioned it.
And then just let him go out the door.
So where's he going? What's he doing?
He has business.
We got recon.
Recon, right.
Scouting the town.
Places to be, things to see.
I bet there are laborers who work on that palace as well. Personal servants and laborers
Who
might be
might,
another way to...
who might be a little cheaper to buy information from than someone as ranked as a Magientus.
And I bet you a good coin that they're not allowed to sleep at the castle. Look around this place.
Either. That's
Yeah.
true.
I wonder if there's anywhere a little less noble.
I would dare say that there might be some in this very building at this very time.
Do you see some, or are you just saying that?
Bricara's gonna look around, and she's specifically looking at the hands of any individual.
Yeah, give me a
Hand.
give me a perception.
That's a 9 on the die. So perception plus 2, so 13.
Yeah, you can kind of see the difference between some of these people in here. You look over and maybe out of like, the 8 to 10 people in here in random little groups, couples and a couple alone, you can see some of them kind of clean. They look like they might deal with some clergy or something along with the church, possibly. You see a couple others that clearly deal in the stable. They look filthy and they have kind of those high water boots on. You can see some of the manure kind of stained on the sides of them and stuff, clear stable workers. But then you do see a couple other guys that look like they might deal with some type of construction or something, because they have dirty hands, but they have kind of like that sort of like rock scrape cement look like they might deal with some type of mortar and stuff like that sort of old gray color. Definite some type of masonry work or something along those lines.
Bracara's gonna look at Morana and then Leticia and sort of give a broad, knowing grin, and say, ladies.
You here?
Here, and then she's gonna get up and take her drink and sort of beckon the other two ladies in the party.
No. Marina will join.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll follow.
Aegon's going to turn to Ned and just going to, in a hushed tone, say, "That's the look that puts the fear of the ancestors into me."
I hear that, and I'm just gonna lean over to like the half-finished stew of one of the girls who just got up and just like pull that over to her.
It'll probably be mine.
And she's gonna lead the ladies over, and she's sort of walking with sort of a haughty look to her. She's very sure of herself, and will pull up a chair and sit with these men.
Nice. And I think Leticia, if I'm not mistaken on sessions there, I think you have beauty as well as one of your things, don't you?
If I recall.
I think so. I think
Correct.
Leticia and Bracara kind of both have that going for them. You know, different approaches in different ways. Obviously, Bracara probably having a little more streetwise, if you will, to Leticia's book smarts, but both of you are attractive and know how to use it in different ways, I imagine. Morena, do you have any of that? Do you have that perk, beauty or whatever?
Marina went instead with anger.
Different vibe.
Is that an advantage? Anger.
Look, some people might be into that, okay? Who are we to judge?
Everyone is into something, all right.
Literally. In my like headcanon, I imagine Leticia as very like doe-eyed beauty, almost like Disney princess, like very sweet and like elegant looking, whereas Bracara is not sweet or anything.
Yeah, I could totally see that. Yeah. I like that. The vibe. And Morena's with you, maybe not pulling the beauty side of things, but there. And there's these two workers at the table. They're eating, they're drinking, but you three approach. What do you say? What do you do?
Do you, would you like some company, gentlemen?
What's this? And they look at each other. Okay, yeah, okay. Feel free, join us. The gesture to the table.
Nice. Bracara will sit down and sort of like with her hand cupping her chin, sort of lean into them and say, now, I have a question for you. Really, it's a game. If I can guess exactly what you do, would you perhaps buy us a round of drinks?
They look at each other. Okay, and what do we get?
If you win, if I don't know, then I'm not sure. What would you like?
They look at each other. Some company. How about you ladies give us some company. We'll have some dinner. Maybe spend some time together.
I could call this. Are they good looking? Are they gross?
Yeah. Give me a 1d10. Give me.
Okay.
Oh my God! Please roll well.
This is a little luck check. Give me 1d10.
I just got a 10. I just got another 10. Can I roll again? How hot are they?
Yeah. Give me another one. Give me another.
I'm not kidding. I just crit.
Okay. Yeah.
Go!
These guys are model hot. Very attractive.
Just
Yeah, like
right,
you
right
feel
down.
like not just model hot, very pretty men, but they're fit, they're muscular, they know how to work with their hands. They're a man's man, if you will, if you're into that traditional stuff in Shadows of Esteren time, I picture that vibe.
I think with a double crit, I think the really lucky thing is that they're nice, right? They're like
they're actually generally pull out like a chair and stuff.
Well, the lucky part of that was leaning in. For me, it was leaning into the fact that if you win, you get whatever you want out of them. They pay for
you
drinks.
win either way.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. You lose, you still win because they're very attractive, and we'll say like Nedward said, very nice. They seem like nice, hardworking guys, and they're attractive. You gotta.
Bracara
What if it says that, and then all of a sudden Raina's just sitting, at the table,
right
just between.
Bracara just went awooga. So Bracara will sort of look to the ladies and say, I know exactly what both of you do. I know for a fact that you're artists, aren't you?
All right. Okay.
Morena's behind there like,
I guess. No, you're way off. I'm sorry. You're way off.
oh, what a shame.
Shame.
Oh,
Oh.
The friend laughs and leans in. Oh, was it the artist's hands? And you can see like scars and like crusted cement and work. Like it's very obvious they don't have very artistic like hands.
You have the essence of it, truly. I really do believe this. Maybe you should take it up as a hobby.
Artist spirit. Hard to
Artist
come by.
spirit. It is very hard to come by. This is true.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Maybe I'll try painting sometime or something. And the other one laughs. Hey, I've heard you sing. Yes, try painting. Try painting. Don't have him sing.
Well,
Then-
we can always be the judge of that for ourselves later, can't we, ladies?
Certainly. We did lose, fair and square. You've won, the victors. And Bracara will give a little golf clap to this.
Yeah, Sabina, round of ale, round of ale. And Sabina looks over and brings over some ale, sets it down, kind of looks at you ladies and nods and looks at the guys, looks back at you ladies and nods again, like, yeah, good choice.
Nice.
Hands the drinks over.
I think while the drinks are being handed, Marina would look over to the table with Agan and Edwir. Don't wait up.
Those poor men.
I don't know what they're getting themselves into.
I love
Not
this
like
so
us with our lovely stew in front of
Yes.
a warm fire
much. Yes.
and an
Alone.
early night.
Here's to
Alone.
that. Another round.
Maybe they could cuddle each
Aye.
other. Bracara, I love this so much. Bracara's gonna sort of hem and haw and say, well, I'm assuming you work in some sort of manual way, which,
Yeah, all jokes aside, yeah, we do construction. We work on a lot of mortar work. We've been working on the official palace, actually, for the Littoral family.
Oh,
fascinating.
impressive.
Wow. We're really into this, obviously. So how has that been going? Has it been arduous, I would imagine, or has it been exciting in any way?
It's good pay, but they do keep changing the designs on us, so it keeps going and going, but it's good pay.
Oh,
I'm
pay
happy.
less then if it keeps going and going.
That's true.
I imagine, and Marina will lean in a little bit. I imagine you hear all sorts of things when you're working there, yeah? You know how nobles are.
Oh, from the noble family? Well, yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah, just I've heard word on the street that the Lord and Lady argue a bit.
Give me
little trouble in paradise.
give me a relation check.
Sure.
Don't fuck this up for us.
Don't forget, you got +2s and stuff too. Don't forget that.
I'll go ahead and
Oh,
take
yeah,
one of
use that.
those. That's what I will be taking. Oh, I rolled a 10.
Nice.
Hang
Roll
on,
another
hang
10.
on.
These girls are in their element, man.
They
We
are.
really are.
Ah,
That'll be a 16 total.
Nice. Yeah, you explain that. The guys kind of look at each other. Yeah, actually, we do hear quite a bit there.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's a bit spicy. They tend to argue a lot. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but yeah, Reginald and Belinda and let's just say the Littoral family isn't doing so good. I don't think.
Oh my. Do you think they'll end up finishing the castle at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be done. Handed down straight from Cortessa and the kingdom. I mean, Ostabai even gave official orders. I mean, they're in charge here, so it's gonna happen. I just know that. Well, I mean, I don't know how long that they'll be in charge if they keep fighting the way that they do and stuff. But you know, they put on a good front for the village. Everyone likes them. They seem, to have it together. But we hear behind the scenes, and I don't think they're doing too well.
Behind closed doors, yes.
Yeah.
You see anyone going in and out that shouldn't be there?
No, I mean, what do you mean?
Cause them to argue?
Oh, no. I mean, I don't know. I don't see people coming
We've
and going.
heard there's jealousy.
Yeah, I can confirm that. We definitely hear some of the arguing involving some jealousy. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but I know that they tend to argue a bit. It looks like Belinda is, I don't know, jealous of Reginald or doesn't trust him or something. I don't get it. I mean, they're, prince and princess. What the fuck? Why would they be worried about each other or fighting like over jealousy or something? I don't know.
Well, when you have nothing else to worry about or fight about, you start fighting about the strange things.
This is true. Very true.
And
Yeah, so what,
just
what-
lean over.
Uh-huh.
I just lean over and grab his hands. Where do you get your material?
Oh,
Who's supplying it all? They keep changing it all the time.
well, we local harvests, local supplies, and local processing. We have access to the Morel mines, and our village, processes the materials for that. So that's never a problem, But why all these questions? What brings you ladies here? I've never really seen you in Jespervale before, and where are you all from?
Well, we heard that this town has some of the finest goods in it. Morena looks at the ladies.
We're travelers, gentlemen, and being traveling ladies, we have to stop by every city that we have to find, and we just happened to hear. It was a rumor, and here's a rumor for you, that some of the most good-looking men work in Jasper. And so,
I have heard that too, yes.
Yes.
Yes, I think that's true. I think that's not a rumor. I think that's a fact of Jespervale. They kind of look at each other.
You might be right. Yes.
They go, that's the three of us specifically. We're the ones who know that.
Yeah, we are the rumor.
Well, nice. I'm glad we ran into the rumor and heard it direct. But all jokes aside, so any official business here, or why are you here? I mean, honestly, you're here just to pick up on men.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. A little bit of traveling, shopping. We're good friends, and so we like to fill our minds with the curiosities of the world around us, and this world is full of them. Now, sometimes we just happen to find ourselves in an inn and have a great evening with some great company, but that's not all we do.
Oh.
We're learners of the type, and we have to keep up with our learning, so we travel.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So how long are you in town for?
Long enough.
Okay. Well, long enough to uphold our bet earlier and have a date with us tonight. Maybe be around for some breakfast tomorrow.
Yes.
Most certainly.
And it's about that time, Egg and Ned, where you see the girls off to the side talking with these guys. Far enough away you can't hear what they're saying, and there's enough chatter going on in the place.
It's a lot of giggling, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You see smiling, some giggling, touching while talking, little shoulder touches. You can obviously tell the girls are flirting and trying to get information. They're doing things, but it's no hidden thing. You can tell these guys are attractive too. You almost can tell the girls don't seem too upset at this part of the mission. They're not really stressing over trying to extract information from these guys, right? But during that, while that's happening, suddenly, while everyone's eating and doing their thing, the door busts open. Some of the rain and wind kind of gushes in as the door closes, and you see a guy wearing kind of like studded leather scraps and things, very similar to those mercs, that sort of merc wear, as he busts in and he just opens, "Hey, what the fuck? Somebody murdered my brothers! My brothers are murdered in the cave! What the fuck, everybody?" And he runs back out of the thing, and you see some of the people in the tavern, like, looking at each other in the Noble Opal, like, what? And, like, looking at each other, and then you see,
Shock!
Belinda and her husband, like, look at each other and look back as the door closes, and he runs out, and you hear, like, yelling and stuff coming from the street. Agan and Edward, you see that.
Horrible.
Who could have done that, do you suppose?
Oh,
See,
I'm
I
so...
said it wasn't safe around here, lad.
I know! Bandits everywhere.
And me
Should we
with
see
no
what the
pearls
fuss-
to grasp.
Should we see what the fuss is about?
Aye. Let's take some air. Oh. Kind of shoot
I'll,
a glance across to the girls, but Marina's with them, so I feel comfortable knowing that those
Yeah,
guys are probably in far more danger than they are.
We're fine. We're fine. Leave us alone, Dad.
Yeah, and you two step out. The rain is starting to wind down a little bit. It's still kind of windy. It's misty. People are starting to come out a bit more. You see people working the stables, coming and going. It's getting to those kind of late afternoon, evening hours by now. But getting closer to nighttime. But yeah, you clearly see that guy running around, running up to different groups of people, and then he runs over to the stables, and you can see, like, as he's, like, yelling, like, "Someone murdered my brothers," and he's, like, yelling, like, some people are, like, looking confused, like, who gives a shit, like, who's this guy? And then other people are kind of, like, talking to him about it. Like, seems like some people know him, some don't. But he's running around. He just kind of ran down towards the stables. But it looks like he's running around telling people that somebody murdered his brothers. But that's all you see.
Blood on me. Just like look down.
Yeah, you do look like you've been wounded. You've got a little bit of blood on you too. I would say Agan probably does too. Both of you look like you've been doing some traveling, maybe some combat, but people do.
It's a dangerous road.
Mm. He seems to be half known around here, which is strange. I assumed they were just traveling bandits. If they were legit members of the town, they wouldn't be hiding out in the caves, right?
No. But they would have had to come here for supplies.
That's true. Would have passed themselves off as being legitimate. He must be desperate if he's come into town. Shame we didn't count their bedrolls.
Aye.
What do you propose we do again? Just let him run around, or convince him to be quiet?
I'm inclined to dash his head against the rocks, but he's made too much fuss now.
Aye, that would be more suspicious overall.
I suppose we
doesn't
could
seem-
help find who killed his brothers.
We could do. He's run off halfway across the other side of town, though.
You still hear him. I mean, you are, after all, a Varigil. It would seem out of sorts if you were to offer your services.
Aye. When he comes back this way, I'll see if I can cast him.
Yeah, and you can do that. We'll say as he's running around, he kind of makes his way back, almost looking like he's passing you to kind of go where that big community center is on the other edge of the village. But he's passing you at this point, yeah.
Hold there, slow down.
Who are you? Did you hear? My brothers! Somebody murdered my brothers!
I'm a Varigil, on official business from Osterboy, making the roads around here safe. Now that winter is finally coming to an end. Have you, you said your brothers, they've been murdered. Is it fions? Is it bandits?
No, it looks like bandits. We stayed just over by the Morel Caves, and they just got back to them, and they look like they've been attacked. There's clear wounds.
Staying in the caves?
Yes, over by the Morel Caves.
What were you doing camped out there? It seems awful dangerous at this tail end of winters. There's bears in these woods, don't you know?
Yeah, well, we can deal with that. We're fine with that. We handle our own. But obviously, something got the best of them.
That sounds terrible. Can't have bandits on the roads around here now who are trying to restart trade. You'll have to tell me everything that happened.
I have no idea. I mean, I go in there, they're cut up, there's puncture wounds, they've been shot up, and they're hog-tied, and our supplies are gone. It's clear bandits.
And what do you and your brothers do yourselves?
We're just any work we can get. We're just, hands for hire.
Like mercenaries?
Okay. It's a bit of a loaded
If you
term,
can-
sir.
If you could lead us to the cave, I am a skilled tracker. I may be able to help you find them.
Yes, you'll help me find out who did this to my brothers.
We have to make these roads safe. That's the orders from the king.
Okay, I mean, I only have like 5 embers left on me. All our things are stolen. I can't pay you much at all for the help.
It's part of our mission from Ostaboy is to make these roads safe. You don't need to pay us.
Okay, then let's hurry. Let's hurry. Maybe we can find out who did this. This must have just happened recently. Come on, let's go. He starts kind of trying to gesture you to leave the village, head out the gate, head towards the mines.
Oh, well, it is late, but we don't want those tracks going cold, do we?
No, let's
Aye,
go.
in this weather, every minute we waste is... Aye.
Lead on to your camp.
Yeah, he starts, going out the gate. You see him like pulling out of his satchel like a torch and flint, and he's like lighting up a torch and kind of like leading the way as it's getting nightfall is creeping in. It was late evening, so it's starting to get dark. It's starting to get cold, a bit breezy. But you follow him, taking you all the way to the caves, passing the river outside the village.
What point do you want to jump him?
Yeah,
Do you want to let him get all the way there, or like just out of earshot of the town? Like at what point are we gonna?
Just remind me, how far was it to the cave?
If you're trying to just like Ned Weir said, get out of earshot and visuals of the village, you can do that. You don't need to go all the way to the mines and caves. Yeah, you could just get halfway there, off into the woods, if you wanted to, if that's your plan.
And that's like 15 minutes walk or something.
Exactly. Yeah, we could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe 30 minutes.
What are we gonna do? You're just gonna like bear hug him? You're gonna stab him? What are we gonna do with him?
Hug him to death.
We should go in polite. I mean, I've learned a thing or two from Bakara. You don't kill everybody straight away. Bear hug sounds like a good option, so I'm gonna, because I'm walking behind him anyway. Because I'm not the best at acting, so if I stay well behind him, it shows I don't know where I'm going. But I'm just gonna.
So we'll look at
quietly-
each other and we'll just kind of like nod.
Quietly walk up behind him, one arm around his waist, grabbing his arms, and the other hand clapped firmly over his mouth and nose.
Nice.
And I'll
easily,
put my axe blade up to his neck.
easily done. This guy's trusting you. He's thinking that you're working for free to help him find his brother's murderers. You easily grapple him up, Agan, and Ned Weir, blade right to his neck. He's just confused. You have him wrapped up, and he's just, what is this? What's going on here? You were helping me. What is happening? Just looks confused.
You're far too trusting, my friend. Now, what weapons do you have on you? Let's take that. And that as well. And a boot knife as well. Lovely. Take that.
And what about those embers? Rocket. Sorry, Marina will be sad if we don't bring her the embers.
Both of us.
Oh,
will.
yes. Here's his pouch. I'll take that too.
Yeah, you're taking all this stuff. He just looks confused. He's, grappled up and just what? I wasn't even thinking straight. My brothers. I didn't see this coming. What?
Aye. You and your brothers poisoned a town's water supply. Brought down fiends on them. Choked innocent people to death in brackish water night after night.
With that, I will
Aye.
squeeze my bear hug tighter.
What? You're from Braithen. What is this? Who sent you? Like he knew what you were talking about.
I have been telling the truth. I'm from Ostaboy with a permit from the king to make sure these lands are safe. And you and your kind have been making them far less safe for the people of Braithen and others.
I'm just working. I don't know what we're working. We do what we're paid, and he's just like trying to fight his way out of Aegon's grip, really.
Maybe you do, but you can say no to a job, and when the job is to bring fiends down onto a whole community, perhaps no is the best course of action, because sooner or later, someone like me or someone like him is going to catch up with you.
We didn't know. What do you mean fiends? We had no idea what fiends. What are you talking about?
You're dumping flux waste in water supplies. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, we thought the village would turn against their magientist or fighter. I don't know. I don't know what this was. I figured that's what it was.
It was a bad decision, is what it was. Are you the one who dealt with Brianna?
Are you the ones that killed my brothers? He starts fighting with Aegon.
I'll kind of lean over to his ear. I'd answer the man if I was you.
What did you ask, Nedware?
Are you the one who met with Brianna?
How do you know Brianna? What the fuck? What? She came to us.
We know her. Aye. And is she coming back?
I don't know. We've already done the job.
Aye. And we've undone it. So what were you doing while we were putting blades in your unscrupulous friends?
I was out trying to hunt. I've had no luck. So you did? You killed my brothers? He starts kind of crying and screaming, kind of fighting with Aegon, but he's not able to get out of it.
If you don't have answers from my friend here, then you have no use to me. You better think fast.
I don't know if he knows anything at all that we haven't already learned. As you can see, my friend, we know all about your little exploits. Who paid you, where you've been, what you've done. If you don't have anything else to offer us, I think your road ends here.
Just let me go. You've already killed my brothers. What is this?
That is not a very... Sorry, you go.
Yeah, I was gonna... Do you know what the townsfolk do to those who work with the Fionders? Do you want to be hung by the noose or stoned? We'll grant you a quick death. It's a mercy.
Yeah, he just starts struggling with you. He's like trying to break free.
I'll just rake the axe across his jugular and just bleed him out right there.
Yeah, you do that. He collapses down like Aegon had him. It was not difficult at all. You can easily kill this guy. You're overpowered him. Yeah, he just collapses down, grabbing his neck, convulsing a bit, taking his last breath.
Now, I believe a little half-truth is in order when we get back to town. That this fellow led us into an ambush, and we were attacked by his brothers. We weren't dead at all.
I agree. We're close to town. Maybe we should at least make some effort to hide the body for now.
If we take him off into the woods, the wild animals should make short work of him, but leaving him on the road is probably not the best idea.
Aye.
The two of us will drag him off into the woods. Maybe find a little slope to roll him down.
Yeah. I will give myself a quick wash down in the stream as well, because I imagine if the jugular was sliced, I'm coated.
Yeah.
Clean myself up before we return to town.
Yeah, and you have to cross that river to get there. Smart move. Clean up a bit and make your way back. Rockhead, that's funny though. Hey, look at this. We found your brother's killers.
I personally love a single tear.
Oh shit, he's right here.
Bad. Yeah.
Oh shit, it's
tiny
me.
Bit bad for
I found him. It's me. Oh shit.
They're human.
Of course I know him. He's me.
Yeah.
I know him really well.
But no, you do that, and you make your way back to the village. You clean up a bit, and you make your way back. It's a bit later. It's been about an hour's time. You're about 30 minutes out, 30 minutes back. Within that time, what was Leticia, Morena, and Bracara doing with these two guys? I imagine, you'd finish the meals and the drinks within that hour's time. The guys might be hinting on, staying the night with them in their room. That was kind of the deal, with some flirtatious stuff, and I think you were all kind of responding well to that. How would things end up? Obviously, no details. If it's going to go that route, we all fade to black. We've agreed to that in session 0. But I'm just curious.
It ends up exactly like you think it does.
Oh, that's what I was wondering, if the girls were going to flirt with the guys, and
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I would
very
imagine Bracara is sort of like nudging the other ladies and just like, well,
There'll be plenty of time for information later.
of course. We can always talk about it over breakfast.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, you can do that, and the guys have a room together, so it's not hard for the 3 of you to kind of join them without having to figure out the odd wheel out. It just becomes a weird situation. Things got weird, but you have your night.
Weird
the guys,
or awesome?
Yeah, or awesome. Things got awesome. But Nedware and Agan, you come back to the village. It's nighttime. You make your way back to the Noble Opal. People are kind of winding down now. You do notice a couple people take notice to you. Maybe a couple that were talking to that mercenary at one point. Maybe seeing you have left with him. You do see a couple people notice you, but you make your way back to the Noble Opal to find Leticia, Morena, and Bracara not there. You can kind of assume that they went with the guys.
And we left them a note with the bartender.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah. Don't
There's
wait
no
up.
overturned
Don't wait.
tables,
Wait
so
up.
I'm pretty sure they're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, more worried about the guys probably. But yeah, you make your way back. What do you need to do?
I'm done. Like I said, I took 5 damage in that fight. That's like the whole of my first bar. That's quite a lot of bruising and pain. So I'm going to bed. I'm done.
Nice.
I'll grab an ale and take it up to the room.
Nice. Yeah, you grab an ale. You take to the room. You wind down. Nedward is at least able to get some good sleep, so he can get some HP back from a good night's rest in a good bed in a safe location. Aegon's able to kind of wind down with an ale, maybe have some fun stories with Nedward over the crazy shit you did during the day. And yeah, aside from that, you do hear Leticia and Morena and Bracara coming through the walls. Their voices kind of tearing through the walls. It's maybe bang a few times, But
Hey, listen. If while no one else in the room, the 2 of you want to cuddle,
Listen,
that's fine.
who are we to judge? Listen, I'm sure you guys are both very good snugglers.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's those furs, man.
Exactly. It does look snuggly. Aegon does look very snuggly in those fucking furs. I have to admit it. But yeah, you wind down, ladies. However you imagine it, it goes down with the guys. Nedward, Aegon, you're able to kind of recap the things happening and make it through the night to the next morning. All of you kind of wake up. The guys are snoring and sleeping in. They had a great night. You 3 ladies wake up before them, and you're able to kind of have your own conversation now if you want, or wake them up and carry for breakfast, or however you want to handle the morning. You 3 ladies woke up before the guys who were snoring. And Bracara, when you wake up, clear visions that you did have a dream last night. And Aegon and Nedward, both of you also wake up after a good night's rest, and this is where we'll end our session. So when we
Awesome.
come back in on the last Monday of this month, which isn't that far away, this was a pickup date, obviously. When we get there, we're going to take it right where we left off, where the girls can kind of decide, are they waking the guys for breakfast, or are they having their own conversation first. Bracara can kind of tap into what that dream was if she wants, and Aegon and Nedward can decide what they want to do with their morning. But when we come back, that's where we'll take it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Thanks so much for playing,
Thanks, Rob.
having fun with this weird, wild, wacky story. Yeah, it's taking some interesting turns. I'm having some fun with it, and chat. Thanks so much for the +2s, which definitely have saved the day, and contributing ideas to the story. I think it's been helpful at times, and I'm not going to say which comment, but I had a couple there that gave me a little bit of direction on some improv too. So I really love it when chat's kind of part of the story, not just on the player side and rewarding +2s, but kicking out fun ideas that can maybe become part of the story. I really enjoy that shit. So thanks so much for being part of it. We will be back here, like I said, the last Monday of the month, in which case it's on the 26th. So just 2 weeks from today, we'll be back to continue this story. Don't forget, tomorrow, Val has her team Phoenix Rising at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Pacific on the Cyber Nation Uncensored Twitch channel right here. So tune into that tomorrow. And then Thursday, we're back over on Sirenscape for the Cyberpunk Red there. You'll see Rocket Phil there. And I think, I'm not sure, I need to confirm it, but Dan might be making an appearance. I don't know if you heard that, Steve.
Yay!
He was trying to make it last week, then we had a player illness, so it could happen. He's trying to make it work this Thursday to kind of do a little one-shot wrap-up on what happened to the team in Vegas. So anybody that's interested, make sure you tune into that this Thursday, 4 p.m. on the Sirenscape Twitch channel. Other than that,
Servo.
yeah, other than that, make sure you show all of our players some love. All of us are content creators and stream live and put out awesome stuff, so make sure you show all of us some love and check out all the cool things that we do, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.
Bye all.
Bye.
Cyber Nation Uncensored